Okay, this is really cool. This is where you can take a trading system, whether it's yours or one you're considering, and you can see what the profit potential is for that trading system without risking any money in the markets at all. And it's just really cool. And it gives you the profit potential in dollars. And this is hard numbers. This is not claims. This is with actual market data. And it's just really cool. And this is so easy to use, and the information is so powerful. All right, let's just jump right into it. As far as using this is wonderful. All you got to do is come in here, you put in whatever your system ID is, your trading system. And the reason I say, to use an ID is whatever, your trading system is, you need to have it documented, and it needs to be very specific. And you want to have unique identifiers. A lot of traders will have more than one system, based on different market conditions, which one they're going to use, or different markets. So all you have to do is fill in the system ID, the dates of let's say you're back testing. So you put in the dates of the time period that you're going to be testing, or the corresponding to the market data, and then any pertinent comments that are meaningful as far as the information you're going to get out of here. Maybe market conditions. Like if you're looking at gold right now, what the we're looking at all-time highs because the market's been going crazy with the credit crash and all that kind of stuff. So and you just fill in the cells that are already highlighted as light yellow, and there's just a handful of them. You put in your per trade risk limit, your drawdown limit, and your beginning account balance, and it's going to give you all this information here. And then you just put in what your trades are, your trade data down here when you do your back testing. Real simple to use. Rather than bore you with watching me fill it in, I'm just going to pause this for a second and fill it in, and then we'll come back to it and take a look at how you can see the profit potential and all the ins and outs of a system. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I filled all this in. Real simple. I mean, like I said, it's not much. This only takes a couple minutes to get going with it. The system ID for the example here, I'm using my gold option pivot point system number 1, and I'm looking at backtest data from December 1st, 08 to 12/20/08, before the holidays. And the comment, like I said, put in whatever's pertinent here. Just had stock market credit crisis, gold hitting all-time highs. As far as my risk management rules, my per trade risk limit is 2%. I don't want to have a drawdown greater than $5,000, and I'm starting with a $50,000 account. And then I just put in the trade data down here, and it's wonderfully simple. Your outlay, stock investors, it costs you more to get in the trade than you're actually risking. So you put in both of those information. Same thing with options. This gold option system that I have, the standard outlay is $1,000, and the risk is $250. I'm not risking the entire $1,000. Okay, so after you fill in that information up there, then you just come down here and you put in your your outlay for each of the trades. Like I said, stock investors, in this case, the options. With the options, the premium's $1,000. I'm not risking the whole $1,000. My stops have me, only risking $250. And then you just put in your net profit and loss for each of the trades as you're doing the back testing. Now this is where it gets really cool. All this information here is extremely powerful. It looks at the winning trades, the losing trades, and then your trading overall. And all right, so where this is cool is you can see what the number of winning trades was, the total profits for all the trades, what the average profit was per trade, what your longest winning streak was, your best winning streak, how much you made, and this right here, the actual reward to risk ratio is also key. A lot of traders, they think, or their intention is to be trading with the 3-to-1 reward to risk ratio. This tells you what it actually is. So again, just getting expectations in alignment with reality. What your expectation is. This is going to tell you what you are actually making for your risk on the winners. And with the losing trades, you had 36 in the data that I've entered here below. There were 36 losing trades. Total of all losses was 79.50. The average loss. Also, again, very important to know, and this right here will be green so long as it stays within your per trade risk limit. It goes red if your average trade is exceeding that. Very important information to know. The longest losing streak, and that's losers in a row, a streak, and how much you lost during that losing streak. And again, in terms of percent of account. The greatest overall drawdown, extremely important to know. When you're looking at your system or any other. When you don't know the drawdown that can be expected with a system, and you hit a series of losing trades, or you experience a drawdown, this is where a lot of traders really get messed up, because their confidence gets shaken, the temptation to start chasing money, it's like, man, I got another loser. And now you want to start playing with the system, or entering trades that are questionable, or maybe you're not planning them properly, because you just get the losses are hurting, the drawdowns hurting, and that's when discipline usually often goes out the door. And that's really what's hurting traders, because you want to be able to make it through the drawdown and get back to where the winning trades are coming back. And so knowing this overall drawdown, it all is within your comfort zones. If you test your system and you find out the greatest overall drawdown, let's say it's $10,000. Well, if you can't stomach $10,000, or if it's just really going to stress you out, you're going to have a heck of a time with your discipline, and it's only going to make matters worse. But if you know that you can expect this, and your system's still going to be profitable after all, at the end of the month, then it makes it a whole lot easier to stick to your system. Now, this right here is also another key metric, actual loss to risk ratio, and that's comparing the actual losses versus what you were risking. So long as this is less than 1, that means that you're keeping your losses within your intended risk on average. And again, that's a crucial one. Okay, so that's the winners and losers. Over here is where it really gets good. Out of this time period, we had 60 trades. Total trades placed. Net profit for all those trades was $11,250. Now, here's another one where it can get really rough, emotionally, to stick to a system or to have faith in it when you don't know what the winning percentage is and the profit to loss ratio. Now, don't look at either of these individually; they go hand in hand. And here's what I'm talking about. Say you've got a system, or you get a system, and the percentage of winning trades is 80%. Ooh, yeah, sounds great. Well, no, not necessarily, because if the profit to loss ratio isn't enough to have you profitable, where your average return per trade is netting you a decent amount, the 80% really doesn't mean much. If the 20% losers are wiping out all your profits, that doesn't matter. So these two go hand in hand. And this is where you wind up is a key metric is your average return per trade, or your average profit or loss per trade over all these 60 trades. This is how much you're going to make or lose on average for every trade you place, all winners and losers combined. So knowing this number, this is a key metric, not just the percentage of winning trades, not just the profit to loss ratio, but the average return per trade. Huge, huge. Plus, just from a confidence standpoint, if hesitation is part of your challenges right now, knowing what your average return per trade is extremely helpful, because this is what your average profit or loss over all trades. And if you know that this is a decent number, it makes it a whole lot easier to go ahead and enter those trades instead of hesitating and then watching the opportunities pass you on by, and that whole problem. Now, these two fields down here are also pretty important. Not crucial, though. This return per dollar invested. This one is mostly for stock traders, option traders, whoever wants to take a look at the outlay. Whether your capital requirements are high and you want to see what your net return per dollar invested is. That's pertaining to this outlay column. So yeah, if for every dollar that you're having to invest, you're getting 19 cents back. And this one right here, this R multiple reward to risk overall, this is looking at what your overall reward for dollars risked is. So that's looking at this column, and this is overall trades. This section here is overall trades. But anyway, one of the coolest thing about this is if you trade it over a certain time period, it's not likely to be exactly 1 month. So this number is not going to be pertain to exactly 1 month. The whole thing here is we want to know what the profit potential is on a monthly basis. So this field right here takes this and normalizes it to 1 month. This is the monthly profit potential for this system in these conditions based on data from this time period. And that is extremely cool. Now you can sit there and look at your system, or like I said, if you're considering buying a system, trying a system, whatever. This right here tells you what the monthly profit potential is if you stick to the system and you trade it well. This is the profit potential. So we've got a couple other tabs to take a look at. Let's go ahead and move on to the next tab.